knew that your Miss Cooney was my missing Dixie. Dixie Cooney. What do you think, Mom? My mother was always trying to set me up. It was her mission in life. She was always saying that she wanted to have grandchildren before she was too old or too tired to pick them up. Before her last heart attack, she kept going on and on about the girl. It seemed like everything she could do just to hang on until this patient advocate arrived. I thought she was delirious, that somehow she confused the girl I was looking for with someone else.
She knew that they were one and the same.
Thank God she died believing that she'd worked everything out. You know, she really fell in love with this Miss Cooney long before she ever knew that she was Dixie, that she was the girl.
Nola had great taste. Dixie is the genuine article.
If she passed muster with Nola Orsini, she'd have to be.
You and Dixie were met for each other. And Nola sensed that.
She was petrified that she'd die and that I would be left alone. But when she did die, she was confident, peaceful, because she knew that, well, she thought that I would have Dixie. And now, even knowing everything that I do, I've never felt so alone in my entire life.
Hey, I got you! I got you! I got you! I need the tickle monster! I need got him! I need the baby down! The baby down! Oh, where's the baby? Oh, hey, you! Hey, how are you? Come here, come here. Hey, what do you say? You hungry? Want to eat? Huh? Yeah! Yeah! What do you say? Early stop on the Waffle Express. No? No? I think we must do something extremely special here.
Oh, yeah, special chocolate milk and caviar. Caviar is fish eggs.
No. How about we order chicken fingers and we can have a picnic on the living room? What do you say? Cluck cluck! Cluck clucks, dude. Yeah, like they deliver. Yeah.
We'll order a dozen buckets. How's that?
Excellent. Hey. Look who's standing behind you, huh?
Oh, come on, give us a kiss.
Yeah.
You come on here with us. We haven't seen you in far too long.
I'm never going to forget this.
Forget what?
Thank you so much.
No, don't waste your time thanking me. You have a little boy in there who's really hungry, so...
Yeah, I do. How long do I have him for?
Well, you know, Adam is out of town till tomorrow afternoon.
He can spend the night?
Oh, yeah. You know it.
Has anyone seen a little boy? A little boy? Oh,
Kind of. One, I think I saw one.
I have this uncontrollable urge to, like, tickle a little boy. Come here. Oh, Mama, it's oh, yeah. Come here.
The little boy in the park, the one that recognized me, was Dixie's son.
He was so little when you disappeared, I'm surprised Junior recognized you.
Junior?
His name is Adam Jr., but for obvious reasons, they don't call him Adam.
Poor kid's gonna have a hell of a time in high school with a name like Junior.
Finding him in the park was the second time that you came to his rescue.
How's that?
If it hadn't been for you, Dixie would have never gotten custody of her son in the first place.
We'll call it a hunch, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't a lawyer or a judge. Just how did I accomplish that?
You were able to prove that Adam was not fit to raise any child, especially one of his own.
I see. So apparently I had a knack for proving the obvious.
You had a knack for a lot of things. Dixie counted on you for good reason. Adam had all the power and all the money on his side, and you beat him. And you were by her side during some of the worst moments in her life. You shouldn't feel alone, because you're not.
Look around you.
Maybe here, but believe me when I tell you there's so much waiting for you in Pine Valley, you have no idea. Dixie is in trouble, and so is her son.
Look, I'm sure the kid is a sweetheart. I know he is. But let's be serious. It's not like we're talking about my own son here.
See, this is the greatest thing about an indoor picnic. There are no aunts, only uncles and grandparents.
What was that for?
For bringing Dixie back to us. Listen, I don't say this very often, so don't take it lightly, but Brian Bodine, you know something? You remind me of Dad.
It means a lot, Ruth, but I don't know if I measure up to your son.
Listen, you don't have to measure up to anyone. You are a very special young man. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner.
Dixie needs Junior. Yeah. If I had to, I'd go to jail to get him for her.
Dixie's lost so much. If she loses that child...
She's not going to lose anything else. I'm not going to let that happen. And look, she's better now. She's going to stay that way. Now, where do I sit? Because I'm starving, Marvin.
Right here.
Right here.
Most excellent. Yes, yes.
All right, all right. Who gets the milk?
My two favorite men here?
Ah.
Yes, indeed.
And that was the young woman that we could not get out of bed.
Well, children have wondrous powers.
You don't have to tell me. Thank God that Adam went on that business trip.
Yeah, he can still get wind of it, you know.
Honey, everybody's going to be quiet about it. They're all in on it. I mean, Haley and Stuart certainly are going to be quiet.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Oh, Joe, Mark, don't go looking for trouble. If anybody walked in off the street right now, they would swear that Dixie is fine.
That's true. That's true. But what's going to happen when Junior has to go back?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. I am pleased and proud to announce the winner of the first chicken finger of the day. The envelope, please. And the winner is Mr. Adam Chandler Jr.
You're the man! You're the man!
It honestly didn't matter to you that he was somebody else's child. You loved him like he was your own. I mean, you went through Dixie's whole pregnancy with her. You were at the hospital when that child was born. I mean, when she needed you, whenever he needed you, you were there. You were there. You and Dixie, you were raising him. You were raising him together.
Until we got a divorce. Until I was blown off the Lockport Bridge.
You were a family.
I wish... Why doesn't any of this sound familiar to me?
Because you need more time, I guess, but Dixie really needs you, and so does her son.
Miss English, Brooke, you sound like a very nice person, but the truth is, all of this feels like some sort of movie plot to me. I don't feel connected to any of it.
Trust me. You were. You were. And it will all come back to you.
Just what was your billing in this little feature?
I was a featured player.
Featured? I should think that you're Dixie's best friend for making this trip.
It was no great sacrifice.
On the contrary. For coming all the way out here, pleading your case. That's more than a bit neighborly.
There's some people for whom I do almost anything.
Obviously. And I appreciate it. But I can't
Look,
deal with any of this
you
right
just had a whole outline of your life dumped in your lap. Don't worry. It'll work out. I promise. Tad, what is it? Tad? Tad, what is it? Tad? Did you remember something?
You and I, we're more than friends.
Yes, we were more.
How much more?
Good friends.
Close friends.
Very close. I wanted you to remember that on your own.
I just did. This closeness, did it happen once upon a time?
Like in a fairy tale?
No, like once. You know, a little too much nog at the Christmas party? Something like that, or was there more to it?
There was more.
I see.
I'm sorry. I know this is hard for you.
Why shouldn't it be? I mean, even with my memory, I could still... Well, it doesn't take a genius to put the pieces back into the puzzle.
Don't try to force them into place.
My marriage ended because I had an affair. That affair was with you, wasn't it?
Aren't these yummy?
Daddy doesn't give me chicken fingers when I'm at his house.
He doesn't. And Daddy probably doesn't know they exist. You know, Mommy didn't know they existed for a long time either. But then a very special person introduced her to them. And now she only shares them with very special people like you.
I'll get the door. Save me one of those. Should I trust? Yeah.
Why?
Stuart?
Adam called a while ago and wanted to speak to Adam Jr.
Yeah, that guy, what is he, of ESP?
Well, you know Adam. He's always showing up where he's least suspected.
Did you come up with a cover story?
Yeah, well, Haley told him that we were at the movies.
Okay.
Not you and me, I mean, me and Junior.
Gotcha. Did he believe her?
Well, yeah, he seemed to, but he wouldn't hang up until he got a promise that Adam Jr. would call him back later.
And I think we have a problem.
There were a number of reasons why your marriage ended. We were just one of them.
That's supposed to make me feel better?
You received divorce papers from Dixie.
Adultery can lead to that.
You were not supposed to receive those papers.
What do you mean?
Somebody in Dixie's family sent them to you.
The in-laws you told me about.
Dixie had decided she didn't want you to see those papers. Her family didn't understand that.
So, instead of going to my wife and asking her if there was a mistake,
there was not any reason for you to believe that there was a mistake.
to indulge in the obvious pleasure of going to bed with you.
You were miserable, Tad. You were lonely.
Like now.
This is so odd. Telling you all this like you were a stranger.
That about sums it up, doesn't it? You're a very attractive woman. Were we in love?
You were totally honest with me. You couldn't tell me that you loved me. You never promised me anything.
Sounds like I was a real hell of a guy.
No, you were in love with Dixie, and I was happy with what we had.
Is that why you're unhappy now?
Do I look sad?
A tad. Sorry.
It doesn't have anything to do with you, all right? I don't have any regrets. You gave me something very special, something that nobody can ever take away from me.
What was that?